Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for an informative and exciting CLIA Global Cruise Line webinar with Scenic and Emerald Cruises. My name is Johanna de Guzman. I'm the Manager of Industry Relations for North American Travel Trade Membership here at CLIA, and I'm quickly going to go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. The webinar will run for about 45 to 50 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar and we will get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, CLIA Global. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Kelly Hogan. Kelly's background includes long stints as Business Development Manager and National Account Manager at Travel Leaders, as well as several years as Sales Manager and Partner Marketing Manager for Travelport. Kelly's direct experience in the cruise industry includes stints at Royal Caribbean Cruises and Talk World Discovery. More recently, Kelly served as a regional sales director at American Queen Steamboat, growing their key account revenue by nearly 50%, and then taking on the role of business development manager with AMA Waterways, focusing on groups, charters, and FIT bookings. With a BA in communications and an MBA from George Washington University, with a concentration in tourism, Kelly combines strong academic knowledge with real-life work experience and is seen as an integral player in Scenic's group growth plan for the USA market. And with that, take it away, Kelly.
Wow, thank you. Thanks so much, Joanna. Appreciate it. I'm really excited to be here. We have a lot going on at Scenic and Emerald Cruises. We had 2 new ships come out last year, so I'm just going to get started and tell you all the exciting news. So Scenic is our overall brand, and within Scenic, we have Scenic Luxury Cruises and Emerald Cruises, and I'm going to tell you the differences of each of the brands. We started out in Australia, so we are family owned and operated, and Glenn and Karen Mulrooney are still very involved in our company. Glenn was a pretty innovative guy. He started doing tours in Australia, then realized that river cruising was becoming popular. So in 2009, we started Scenic Luxury River Cruises. And then in 2014, we started Emerald Cruises. And then you can see down below in 2019, we built the beautiful Eclipse. So he's a pretty innovative guy. He puts a lot of his innovations into the ships. We have 2 shipyards, so we really can customize the ships. And I'm going to show you some of the innovations that Glenn came up with. I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about travel trends and how we're keeping up with these trends. Good news. Cruise vacations are up. The number of Americans planning a cruise has jumped to 40% since 2022. So that is great news for the cruise business. Also, river cruising continues to grow in appeal. So if you have clients that have taken motor coach tours, a river cruise is a great way to move them over into a cruise. And so we had a great year last year, and river cruising is definitely on the rise. I'm going to start with Emerald Cruises, which is our nicely inclusive product. With our yachts, we are including all the alcohol starting in April. But let's start with some of our awards. We have won a variety of awards. We won Best New Luxury Ship with the Emerald Azura, which we were really proud of, our small yacht, 100-passenger yacht. And then we win year over year for best value for money on our river cruise product. And that's because at the price point we are at and the inclusions we include compared to our competitors is definitely the best value. So we're really proud of that award as well. And with our river cruises, we include beer and wine at lunch and dinner. We include all gratuities. So that's about a $600 to $700 savings right there for your clients. That some of the other river cruise lines do not provide. We also provide transfers, Wi-Fi, and a variety of excursions every day. We go all over Europe. We do the Douro, we do the Rhone and Saône, Rhine, Main, Danube. We do some Dutch waterways as well to the tulips. And then we have a beautiful brand new ship on the Mekong. Our style is very contemporary. I think our emerald ships, when I step on, feels like a boutique hotel. This is an image of the Horizon Bar and Lounge where all the action takes place, cruise director talks, entertainment. And then this is our Reflections restaurant. Excuse me. And the first thing I noticed when I walked into this restaurant was the beautiful scenery, because we have floor to ceiling windows. On a lot of other river cruise products, the restaurant is built on the lower level, so you never really see where you're going. And in this beautiful restaurant, you see everything. We always try to provide local foods from the region as well, because we also want you to experience not only on land, but also on board. We have a variety of wines on board. So maybe if the white or the red doesn't suit your taste, I know when I was in Portugal, I love that Mateus Rosé, so I'd always have that. So there are definitely options when you're dining in the Reflections restaurant. We have this wonderful terrace, which really takes advantage of the warm weather. And if you're traveling during the summer months, this is a great spot to hang out. You can grab your breakfast or lunch from the lobby, just sit out, bask in the sun. I know it's one of my favorite places to be. And we also have a gym and spa on board. We find that Emerald Cruises tends to skew a little younger. So 45 plus is our demographic. So we know that folks like to keep up with their activities. This is my favorite part of the ship. As I mentioned, Glenn was very innovative. So this is the pool area, has floor to ceiling windows, really a nice spot to hang out at. When you're sailing through the Christmas markets, that roof is retractable, so the pool is heated. It can be used through any weather. And then voila, on that top picture there, it turns into a movie theater. And we, of course, provide popcorn, and we have movies several times during the cruise. And this space can also be used as a designated group space. I've had cocktail parties back there, which is unusual on a river cruise ship. So it's a nice space for groups. This is your standard panorama balcony suite. And another invention, another invention is that sun lounge there. So that sun lounge, that window drops down, and you have your balcony built right into the stateroom. So it's an all-weather balcony. So you don't have the French balcony, you don't have the step-out balcony where you have to go out in the cold weather. You have your balcony right there in the comfort of your own suite. So it makes it really nice. We also have the one bedroom owner suites as well on our Emerald ships, which of course has additional amenities. And with all of our suites, they all have additional amenities. They could have mini bar stock, champagne upon arrival, canopies. They also can have room service. So if you're booking one of our suites, please take a look at the amenities, because they do include several. Emerald Plus, I love our excursions. I think we really excel because we started out as a tour company. So we have folks called journey makers that are in Europe. That's all they do is plan excursions for our cruises. And we like to provide immersive experiences. So you get to experience local culture. It's not just the bus tour or the walking tour. So this is an image of a gentleman in Bratislava, Slovakia, and we go in and we have wine and cake, and it's just really a unique experience. I had the opportunity to go on the lower Danube, and we did a lunch at a Croatian family home. So what we did is we split the entire ship up into groups of 10 to 12, and we got to have lunch with a Croatian family. It was amazing. It was truly the highlight. The wife was cooking in the kitchen, and the husband was pouring wine and showing us his garden. It truly immersed you in the culture of Croatia. So every cruise, we have an Emerald Plus excursion. Emerald Active is also included. So as I mentioned, we tend to skew a little younger. So we have guided bike rides. We have bikes on board. We have kayaking. We have yoga, Pilates. We even do aqua aerobics in our pool. So if you have clients that are active, this is really a great product to put them on. So that is part of the excursion package that we offer. Discover More is our optional packet, our optional excursions. So we have about 3 or 4 of them if guests want to explore a little deeper into the countries. They don't have to. We provide plenty of excursions for them to enjoy, but we always like to provide a little extra if they want to tour more. So another trend that is emerging from COVID is family and multi-generational travel, and that has been trending for a while now. So what we have done with Emerald River is we have included a family river cruise, an 8-day Danube cruise, and we have special excursions just for the kiddos. And we also have adult fares discounted, and we have child's fares. So if you have clients that want to travel with their family on a river cruise, please direct them to this family river cruise. We did this last year. It was very popular, so we wanted to continue with these family river cruises. I also wanted to point out our new ship on the Mekong. This is the Emerald Harmony. It's 84 passengers. Again, very light, very bright. It has been built specifically to dock in the center of Ho Chi Minh City. And why this is important is because many of the other river cruise ships are docked 2 hours away. So that's a 4-hour commute. So this really saves on time for our guests, and they're able to enjoy the city a little longer. And it's a beautiful ship. Now I'd like to introduce you to our luxury yachts. We have 2 of these, which came out in 2022 and last year. And I wanted to point out that yachting is increasing in demand. So small ship cruising is very popular these days. You see a lot of these ships being built. And it's a very intimate experience. It's different than on big ship cruising. It's more destination focused, more relaxation and intimate experience, and of course a culinary experience as well. We have our Emerald Sakara, which came out this past year. These are 100-passenger yachts, 88% balcony staterooms, and of course Kelly Craighead of CLIA is our godmother on the Emerald Sakura, so we're really happy to have her as our godmother. And the Emerald Azura won Best New Luxury Ship in 2022. So just a really, I just think it's a really neat experience to travel. It almost feels like your own personal yacht. We go all over the Med. We have some fantastic itineraries. So we have Italian and French Riviera. We have Southern Italy. We have Italy itineraries, Croatia in depth on the Adriatic. We are doing the Seychelles and the Indian Ocean and the Caribbean. I had the opportunity to go on the Caribbean, and it was one of the best ships to travel in warm weather because of all the space. For example, the aqua pool. And what is so nice about this ship is we were running neck and neck with a big ship, and we broke off and went over towards the Grenadine Islands and St. Vincent's and Tobago Keys and some of these smaller islands that only private yachts can get into. And so you really experience the true Caribbean feel because you're a little more local. So I love that. And as a matter of fact, I have a funny story. We were in Tobago Cays, which is, I think, has 250 people on the island. And it was all private yachts. And one of the private yacht folks came up to me and he goes, next time I'm going on that ship. So it's a very impressive ship as it sails into these Caribbean islands. But you have this beautiful infinity pool, the pool cafe, and then you have the sky bar, we have entertainment up there. We have our mixologist that prepares some fancy cocktails and Mai Tais. The Amici Bar and Lounge is a perfect spot to grab a cocktail. We also have our entertainment in there. And then we have our La Cucina dining. So breakfast and lunch, buffet, and then a la carte for dinner. And what's nice is that in this warm weather, this was my favorite spot to sit out and have breakfast or grab a cocktail and dinner, is our terrace. So we can seat half of the ship out here on the terrace. So it's a really nice space to take in the weather and the views and a chance to dine al fresco. Our fitness center and spa and hair salon, and the fitness center is quite a nice size for the size of the ship. And then we have this water platform, which is very popular. So we'll take out the fancy water toys. We have ski bobs, if you've ever used one of those, kayaks, jet skis, the trampoline, and guests can just really enjoy the sunshine out on the water platform. We have a variety of cabins, and I call it affordable luxury because you can get in at a price point that is affordable if you have guests that want to try a luxury yacht. So this is our ocean view stateroom, has a really nice big window, and it's a nice size. It's about 205 square feet, and there's plenty of room to spend on the deck if you have some clients that want to give it a try. We have our balcony suite, which is about 325 square feet. And then we have our yacht suite. We have a terrace suite. These suites are about 600 to 700 square feet. That goes on up to the owner's suite at 1,099 square feet. We are having a hosted loyalty members cruise hosted by our own Ken Muscat. We have a few cabins left, so if you are interested in traveling with Ken, and he's a great guy, he's a lot of fun, please make sure you book soon because this will sell out, and it's really a nice itinerary. It's Grenadines and Windward Islands, so these small islands we travel to. We also have our 2-for-1 fares, which are very popular. And then we are having a wave sale right now where you can get up to $5,000 savings per suite on our yacht cruises and up to $3,750 savings per suite on our river cruises. So that is Emerald. So now we'll talk a little bit about Scenic. And when Glenn decided to pursue river cruising, he wanted to make sure that his guests did not have to pull out a credit card. So Scenic is really, truly an all-inclusive luxury experience. For 10 years, we have won awards for Best River Cruise Line, Best River Cruise Experience. Our yachts have won Best River Dining on board, and I really want to give a shout out to our executive chef. He's over our yachts now, Tom Goter. If there are any fans out there of Top Chef, he was just on last season, and he did really well. So he's really elevated the food in the yacht space. And so we're really proud of these awards. And I wanted to mention something that sets us apart from the other cruise lines. We employ our crew. So our crew is able and very nimble to make changes and so forth because they're employees. A lot of other river cruise lines, they use a third party and we don't. So they're truly part of the Scenic family. And it's because of them that we've won all these wonderful awards. So what is the onboard experience like on a Scenic river cruise ship? So we go to all the major rivers in Europe, including the Seine and Bordeaux. And then we also have a Mekong ship as well on the rivers in Southeast Asia. As I mentioned, it's truly all-inclusive. So we have butler service on board. We include laundry service, up to 2 pounds of laundry. All the cocktails are included. We have up to 5 different dining options, which are included on board our Scenic River, including room service. And I have to tell you, I loved my butler bringing me coffee in the morning. That was truly luxury. And then also breakfast. So it's truly a treat. And we do have an in-service menu as well for in-room service. We have up to 12 different categories of suites, and they go anywhere from the lower deck of 160 square feet on up to 520 square feet. We have these relaxing salt therapy lounges. So we imported salt bricks, and we have loungers in there, and it's just a great space to relax. After you fly in from the US, you can just relax and enjoy in our salt therapy lounges. Those are exclusive for Scenic. We do have a spa, and we have a wonderful lounge space as well. As I mentioned, we have several different dining options. So you have the Crystal Dining Room, which is our main dining room, which serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then there's an elevated experience. It's called Portobello's or L'Amour's when we're in France, because France is so special. And every guest is invited. They receive a nice invite, and they are able to dine at this 5-course dinner paired with wine. Then for those diamond level guests, we have table la rive or table d'or, which we call in Portugal. And this is an elevated experience, French dining or Portugal dining, depending on where they are. And it's 6 courses paired with wine. And then we also have the River Cafe, which I loved, because if you're docked in port and you don't want to go down to the main dining room, you can grab a quick bite. And we have sandwiches, soups, salads. We also have a really nice cheese spread, and also desserts. We have wonderful macaroons and even gummy bears if you have a sweet tooth. So we have a variety of choices for dining. And also, we do include all the alcohol. And what's nice is that we have 70 wines on board. So guests can really choose above and beyond just what the wine pairings are that night. We have e-bikes. We have 25 of these on board. I love these e-bikes. I had never ridden an e-bike till I went on a Scenic cruise, and they are so much fun. Gives you a little oomph. And we do have bike tours available as well. We have our Scenic free choice, which means that there are a variety of shore excursions to choose from. So our guests have the freedom to really tailor their touring. And as I mentioned, I think this is where we really excel. We really get into the culture and provide some really unique experiences with our free choice offers. Our Scenic Enrich program is our exclusive program, our wow moment. So I want to point out on the top right-hand corner, that's the Palais Liechtenstein. We do an exclusive event at this beautiful venue with champagne and drinks and then a concert. All the other river cruise lines are at one event, and we have our own event where it's just Scenic guests. And this is really a highlight for our guests. And then down on the bottom right corner, I wanted to point out, which we do in southern France, we close down the Pope Palace and we have an amazing dinner, and then we have a concert, and it's truly the highlight. So on every cruise, we have one of these Scenic Enrich programs. Now, another trend that's become popular is our culinary trend. So a lot of folks are really into food and wine these days. And on all of our cruises, particularly on Scenic, we always try to stop at a winery. And of course, we always try to incorporate culinary experiences wherever we go. And on our French cruises, we have Scenic Culinaire. So this is an interactive cooking class that the guests can sign up for, and they cook with the chef, local specialties, and it's a great time, and it's become very popular. So we've really tried to capture that culinary trend. As I mentioned, we have a 68 passenger ship on the Mekong, very beautiful ship, some of the most spacious staterooms on the Mekong. They are all suites with a sitting area. So we have two ships on the Mekong, a variety of itineraries. So please think of us for that destination. For the rivers, we have a super mega savings on groups. This goes through March 31st, $350 off per person savings on all 2025 river departures. So we love groups. So please think of us for your groups. We're very flexible on what we can provide. And we have a very proactive group department. So we look forward to working with you on groups. So I wanted to throw this slide up. Flywire did it in 2023. What does luxury travel mean to you? And this is what the respondents said. So luxury travel means something different to everybody, obviously, but there were some things that were very common. Having a once in a lifetime experience, doing things few others are able to do, having a personalized experience, someone else taking care of all travel arrangements, which is all of you, and culinary experiences. So I wanted to show you this because this will transition right into the Scenic Eclipse. So this is something that people can do that not everybody is able to do. Experience this beautiful ship. We have two of these ships now. The Scenic Eclipse 2 came out, and then this Scenic Eclipse was built in 2019. 228 passengers, 200 passengers in Antarctica, 9 restaurants, butler service. It truly is an all-inclusive experience. We have up to 10 restaurants if you include the room service. Suites anywhere starting at $345, all balcony, up to 2,099 square feet, a 5,200 square foot spa with plunge pools, infrared saunas, thermal loungers, a whiskey bar. So our owner, Glenn, likes his whiskey. So there's over 100 whiskeys that can be tried because, of course, the alcohol is included. And then, of course, our expedition team, and we really specialize in that in Antarctica region. So this truly was the world's first luxury expedition ship. And I truly feel that we elevated that space. Glenn was really innovative in building this ship. He saw a niche, and now you're seeing all these other ships being built. So I like to say we were the first. Not only is this ship a beautiful ship, but it also has the latest technology. So the world's first zero-speed stabilizers on a cruise ship. So these stabilizers are about 20% smaller than the Oasis of the Seas. So when you're going through the Drake Passage with those 20-foot swells, this is the ship to be on. It also has a Polar 6 hull. So we go a little farther into Antarctica. It has it has GPS positioning, which is powered by GPS. That was the world's first, so we don't drop anchor. It has aziopod steering, so it's rudderless, so it's very fast. So we cut through that Drake Passage in one day. It takes others 2 days. So this just gives our guests more time to experience the Antarctica continent. And then, of course, it has its own HVAC system, water filtration system. It's a very sustainable ship. And we have James Bond approved toys. So we have our 2 Airbus helicopters that have been built to lessen the vibration so we don't disturb the wildlife where we tour. These are extra. So the helicopter and the submarine are extra for guests, and they sign up when they get on board. But we truly are the only expedition ship that is underwater, on the water, on land, and in the air. So we're really proud of that, and it really provides that experience that no one else has. 9 restaurants, as I mentioned, that our chef Tom Gocher was instrumental in developing the food and the cuisine on this ship. We have Coco's Asian Fusion, which has a teppanyaki bar, a sushi bar, sushi flown from Japan, and a variety of sakis. We have the beautiful chef's table, which really is a highly choreographed dining experience, and our loyalty guests, our VIPs, the suite members get invited to this, and it's really a special experience. We do it once a cruise. Elements Restaurant, which is our steakhouse. We have Lemires, which is our French restaurant, which is like dining on Top Chef. I had a really delicious dinner, and it included caviar, creme fraiche, and a cotton candy sculpture. I would never have put all of those ingredients together, but it was fantastic. I felt like I was dining on Top Chef. As I mentioned, Antarctica is why the ship was built. And so we have this climate control mudroom. Our guests receive their blue parkas that they get to keep, and they head out on our Zodiacs. Another interesting fact about the Eclipse is that our Zodiac Bay is built lower than other expedition ships. So it only takes us a half hour to get all the Zodiacs out and everybody out and exploring Antarctica. So this just creates more time, and we have landings every day. We can go further than other ships because of that Polar 6 hull, and they just have a fantastic experience. We have paddle boards that were made specifically for Antarctica, kayaks, and it truly is an amazing experience. We have, when we're in Antarctica, we have a 28 discovery team folks that are on our ship, and they're biologists, marine biologists, historians, or anthologists, and they really enhance the guest experience with all their content and knowledge. And then after the day is done, they'll go back to this beautiful theater with the leather captain's chairs and give commentary on what was seen for that day. And we also have entertainment there as well. And then in addition, our bridge is open. So it's an open bridge, so guests can go up. There's a telescope, there's a sofa, and talk to the captain on what we're seeing. Beautiful staterooms. This is your typical veranda suite with the slumber bed, large bathroom, mini bar stocked, balcony, and of course, ladies, if I have ladies on, a Dyson hair dryer. It changed my life. Let me tell you, I had to run out and get one. On suites on up to 1,000 or 2,099 square feet. Our owner's penthouse suite, as I mentioned, James Bond, I could see him sitting there waiting for his helicopter to take him away. But don't just think of us for Antarctica. We do the Arctic and all points in between. We visit 357 ports, 7 continents, and our new ship, the Scenic Eclipse 2, that just came out, is going back to our homeland, Australia, the Polynesian Islands, New Zealand, and we also are going to the Kimberley coastline, which is really a unique destination. And what makes it a great destination for the Scenic Eclipse 2 is the helicopter, because a lot of this area that you travel to, it's best to be seen by air. So and that's a plus for us, because there's other operators that go there, but we have that extra plus with that helicopter, so you can see the falls and you can see a lot of the cliffs. It's very Southwest feel almost, and you can see all the beautiful topography as you're flying over it. We do have our special 2-for-1 fares and wave season offer, so you can earn up to $13,000 off per suite on our ocean voyages. And then we also have our river sail, $42.50 per suite on river cruises. So we have some great pricing going on right now through March 31st. We also have a mega group savings on Scenic Eclipse. So we have group pricing starting at $51.45 for the Scenic Eclipse. So great savings. We are giving a free hosted suite for the TAs. So if you have clients that are interested in sailing on the Eclipse and going to some of the unique destinations we go to, please take a look at this group offer. In addition, we have our 2024 CLIA bonus commission. So CLIA members earn a $100 bonus commission for all first new FIT bookings on sailings during 2024. So please see below how you can receive your bonus commission. And I want to thank you all, because we do not advertise. We really work through our travel partners. The only advertising we really did, which truly wasn't advertising, was we did have, and I wanted to point out, our Maritime Masters Discovery Show. If some of you had a chance to see that, it was produced by Warner Brothers on the Discovery Channel on the Eclipse. So we've gotten some traction from that, but we don't stuff your mailboxes with mail every day. We truly depend on our travel partners, and we prefer to put our money into our product. So it's because of you that we are successful, and I wanted to thank you for that. We have a full sales team ready and willing to help you at every step. So please feel free to reach out to your regional sales director. They will be glad to help you. And I also wanted to put up a QRG code here for you to take, because we do have travel advisor resources. We have marketing support. We have training materials at our travel agent portal. You can sign up for ExpressBook. We do have a booking engine as well. So this is a great code that takes you right into all of our travel agent resources that we have. So I wanted to thank you for your attention, and I will open it up for questions, Joe.
Thank you, Kelly. And I do want to let you know that our attendees are thanking you so much for all of the information about Scenic, about the cruise ships, what's life on board like, and all this amazing discounts and special promos that you have going on right now. So thank you on behalf of all of our attendees. But we do have a few questions here. And you did touch on it a little bit, but just for a little bit more detail, when you speak about the restaurants on board, are those reservation only? Are there dress codes? Are there age limits or age restrictions or requirements for the specific restaurants on board?
So I'll start with reservations. So reservations are made on board, not prior to the cruise. Butlers can make the reservations for you, or our front desk can make reservations for the guests. And then you said something about age limit.
Yes. Are there specific restaurants on board that are more focused towards families, is a better way of putting the question, or are there restaurants that are adult only?
No. So for age limits, our age limit is 12 and up. And then if there is a 12-year-old on board, they can enjoy every restaurant. There's no age limits on that.
Great, great. And so just to keep going on this topic of like the type of clients or the age limits that you get on board for the type of clients, could you speak about how big the groups need to be, or what is considered the number for it to be considered a group for Scenic?
Great question. So our groups start at 5 cabins, and TCs range. So our TCs for river are 1 and 9. We also kind of vary that sometimes depending on availability. And the TCs vary on the ocean depending on availability as well.
Sorry, I was on mute there. Great, thank you for that. And could you speak about any solo travelers or single supplement clients?
Yes, we have single supplement on a lot of our sailings. So and we have added that because we've realized that there's a lot of single travelers that want to travel and they can't find someone to travel with. So we do have single supplement availability on many of our sailings.
And does that also the 2-for-1 deal that you spoke about earlier, the sale with Emerald, does that also mean does that apply to solo rates as well?
Yes, it does. Yeah, and the 2-for-1 would be included in that.
Okay, great. And it looks like a lot of our attendees are very excited about the information you're sharing, and they're asking more about marketing materials. Could you share that link again to the portal that they can create in the chat?
Let me go back. And this gives information on all of our marketing. It also provides any information on any current promos that we have available. And then the agents can log in and register. We encourage advisors to register with us so that we have them in our system so we can communicate with them. And then they also get a login to get into our booking tool as well.
Okay, so just to be clear, Kelly, there are two separate logins that they will have to have.
Nope, they only need one for
Okay.
both products.
Okay, but it allows them to access both. Okay, great. And Kelly, do you have the link for those who can't use the QR code? And I can put it in the chat here.
Sure. Let me get that link for you. What I'll do is I'll send the registration link
Okay.
and to you, and I will put that in. Let me put that. Hold on.
Well, Kelly, just as a reminder, you are going to get the emails of our attendees as well as all the questions that they are going to ask. So you can definitely send them any resources. And a few of them are actually saying that your presentation, the slideshows were great. So if it's possible, are they able to get the slides here so that they can use it when talking to their clients?
Oh, definitely. We can always provide that.
Okay, perfect. And just to piggyback off this or to stay on this topic of resources, I know that you spoke about what was included in the portal for our agents here to get a hold of. Could you speak about if there's videos or what else is in there that they could use to help sell Scenic and Emerald to their clients?
Yes, we can always provide videos, we can provide images, whatever they need. We can provide those resources. And also too, if they want to just go to our websites, that's kind of quick and easy too. They can go to scenicusa.com or emeraldcruises.com. And on the top right-hand corner, there's an agent portal they can click on. And just to let everybody know, we are improving our websites. So we will soon have new and improved websites that everybody can enjoy. And so that's coming out too.
That's lovely news to know that they'll have that resource as well. And for those agents who don't know who their BDM is, when they log into that website through the portal, are they going to be able to see who their BDM is for their region?
Yes, definitely. There's that map there, so they can see who their RSD is. Yes.
Okay, great. And do you actually mind if we go back to that map just so that they can see
No,
it
not
now?
at all.
Amazing. And we can leave that up just for a bit here so that they can write down any of the contact information for their specific BDM. All right. And then another question to speak about life on board for those who may have accommodations such as like a wheelchair, or they may have issues getting around or just need a little bit more assistance. How do they go about making sure that you all are prepared for them to be on board?
Well, particularly in river cruise, I always like to let folks know with some mobility issues that sometimes those river ships dock next to each other. So you do have to sometimes get upstairs and go over. So we do have elevators, obviously, on all of our ships, but you do have to walk upstairs if the ships are docked together. So I always like to make sure people are aware of that. And also the gangways. So just to be cognizant of that. But our staterooms are quite large. The Eclipse is probably the best ship for that because it's 17,000 tons, and for 200 passengers, that's a lot of space. So that ship probably is the best to handle a wheelchair or something like that. But the guests will have to have at sometimes, have to get up that gangway. So I just like to make advisors aware of that.
Yeah, no, I think that's really important information, especially when they're talking to clients who may need that extra assistance. So no, thank you for sharing that, Kelly. And just to stay on this slide that you have on, a few of our attendees are actually from Canada, so they're asking who would they contact for Canadian sales.
We have a whole Canadian team, and so that's up in Canada, that's separate from the US, and they would be the ones to assist. And I could find out who they would contact, but Canada has their own website as well.
Okay, so for those joining us today who do business in Canada, can they just contact you and then you can connect them to their BDM up in Canada?
Sure, definitely.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for that assistance. And I do also want to thank you, Kelly, for being a part of our CLIA bonus commissions program. I saw that you did mention that on one of your slides. And so we just thank you for your support and giving that extra incentive to our agents.
Well, we appreciate your support as well. So
All right, and just to close here, Kelly, you do have about 8 minutes left if you want to leave with any closing remarks or any pointers for selling Scenic and Emerald to our agents.
well, I just want to thank everybody for taking the time. I know January is a busy year, and I think travel is back in full swing, so that's great to see. Um, if you have any additional questions, please reach out to your RSD. They'd be glad to help. If you wanted to set up any trainings for your team or individual trainings or cruise nights or groups, your RSD is a great point of contact. They'd be glad to help. And if you want additional information, we do have our training portal, which is a really great tool for you to use to go through step by step on what I went through as well. So to learn more about Scenic, I think we are a great boutique brand cruise line. And I'm going to put a plug in too, if I can. We're doing voting for USA Today for best boutique cruise line, best river cruise line, and best small ship cruise line. So take a look at that and vote for us. We'd appreciate your vote, and we look forward to working with you.
Kelly, thank you for your time this afternoon. Thank you for a great and beautiful presentation. A lot of our attendees are still thanking you in the comments here. So again, we're just very glad to have you in support of CLIA and our CLIA agents, and we hope that everyone can join us for the next webinar.
Great. Thanks so much, everyone. Thank you, Joanna. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Have a great day, everybody. Take care, Kelly.
Bye.
Bye.